everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. They decided to do something about it. Today we're talking about Holostars and what happened after the notice regarding changes to management structure of Holostars. If you remember, that was a big thing that happened that I had covered when it happened on April 3rd. It was basically Hololive Productions and Cover saying that they will not be supporting in as big an amount as they used to when it came to Holostars Productions. And JP at least the JP side for now. And as I had mentioned before, it could go to the EN side as well. It's all a money thing. It's all a money thing. It always has been. It's a corporation. It's just like any other corporation. Not horrible, good, bad, whatever you want to see it. Depending on what side you are, you'll see it which way that you want. But right now, what do I mean by them doing something about it? Well, they decided to do a little trolling around here. After the announcement that was made, we had Kagayama Shien, who says, "This is Kagayama Shien, the mafia boss from the land of the Beastmen, belonging to Holostars. Woohoo! The other day I saw the announcement from Holostars and shouted out loud, and my manager, out of goodwill, gave me a super chat as a service. I can even bring down this company depending on my videos, so mission accomplished." First, the announcement. Hey, among the incredibly gritty and intense content, there was an ignore comment, and I was so angry that I deleted all the archives. The company has now fully understood its position and sent sincere apology tweets. So next, I'll take a peek at the overwhelmingly impressive organization changes. I'll blank you. Among the drastic organizational changes, there was a downsizing, and even Shien went into the 2.7 billion yen studio. By the way, please check out the sub channel to see Cover-san bowing in apology. Here, you have Yozugami Fuma also doing something here, where he's like, "We sincerely apologize due to my limited abilities. It has become difficult to continue managing the business, so we have decided to scale down operations. We kindly ask for your continued support for the Yozumikami Fuma here. That was my mistake in the way that I said it is Yozumikami Fuma. Now is the time to learn the company management, game development, country plus. And here we go. Everyone watching must be feeling uneasy. Uyo will make a move. This is Utsugi Uyu. And it says here, next Vanguard. I won't downsize the business. Game Development Nation plus plus. And this is when he played Bum Simulator. It was literally a game called Bum Simulator. Some Holostars, please, please. And he was also asking for super chats there from the people in the game. Notice says, "I'm hereby reporting that I have purchased Reina Ueda's ASMR Studio audio. The work I purchased this time is sequel to the First Love Big Sister scenario that I had bought before, and it's been going on a hot spring trip together. Lately, there have been all sorts of things going on, but with refreshments in mind as well. I thought I'm going on a hot spring trip while listening to ASMR and decided to make the purchase. I won't go into too much depth about the content, but it's a work that allowed me to experience elegant grace through scenes where, despite her being older than me, there's an intense air of cuteness that shines through, or her delighted reactions when being spoiled, thanks to the wonderful performance by Reina Ueda herself. It was just seriously amazing, plain and simple. I've gone this far with my pen, but as usual, I'd like to declare here that the purchase was by no means driven by my own selfish desires. Of course, never." And then you have over here Oga saying, "Aragami Oga. Lately, I don't know why, but I don't have the bandwidth to watch anything naughty, so I'm somehow getting by turning myself into something naughty. Please follow me." And here, it continues on. Astel Leda from Monday, Holostars might be reduced to half its members. Even so, I will never forget Holostars Resistance. Become stars, Holostars. 64 Revival gives a bit of a summary on everything that happened. The bizarre behavior from Holostar JP members after the announcement facing operational downsizing troubles. 1. Coming out with their real ages. 2. Coming out with their savings accounts. 3. Begging for money with Homeless Simulator. 4. Doing song streams while playing Apex. 5. Spitting behind the scenes gossip about retired members. 6. Campfire ASMR. 7. Buying Reina Ueda's ASMR and posting creepy cryptic messages on X. This is Holostars for you. Well, at least I'm taking it well. And people are saying down here, new updates, Arudan just started vaping on stream. Shien will now play all games that he's always wanted to play. Oga is considering naughty things and has discovered that he's being nicknamed Fanza King. Name the naughty things, please. Based, vaping, and upfront rebellion, and no S taken is based. It is actually very based. When you take a bad situation and make something good out of it, whatever that good may be. I love it. I'm glad they are not letting it keep them down. They are not letting it keep them depressed. Because guess what? If you get depressed, you get down. You don't create content. You don't do what you want to do. You don't show that you are passionate about what you do. You start losing people. You will lose people. Believe me, I know. You will lose people when that happens. From personal experience, I know. I like the rebellion, but vaping is never based. Vaping is bad, but sometimes you got to do a little bad to try and do some good. YAGOO, please, I need this. My Oshis are kind of studioless. Some Starmine are now jokingly recommending the JP boys to move to Altair's home since he built his own $40,000 3D studio without the help of cover. He did. He actually did build that. And nice to see them taking the situation with some humor. Also, there are options that are maybe like, $300, $400, stuff like that they can use for some 3D stuff. There are options of trackers and things like that. Overall, maybe $1,000 be spent, but it's $1,000 you can spend and you don't have to go into a studio anymore. They'll probably rebrand when they get fired and some take viewership with them. It seems to happen a lot with people graduate get terminated. Hopefully it's not graduation or termination soon, but if it is, of course, people will go with them. Considering how actually getting fired would be a net gain due to employment laws, the threat of getting fired is effectively non-existent. They aren't employees. Of course, they are more contractors or, their own quote-unquote businesses as well. Wouldn't be treated like employees. Only permanent employees are protected under Article 16. Since they resume as an indie, they would operate largely the same as 100% of their payment will now go directly to them. So there is some benefit. That is if they are able to keep their communities with them, which I think they will. A weird way to find out Cover had a JP Holostars branch. That's the issue, I think, that happened with the JP Holostars. A lot of people didn't know they existed. I did, of course, because I covered JP Holostars all the time. I have, covered Holostars continuously in my videos and stuff, so I do know they exist. I do watch them however I can. Of course, I have no money, so unfortunately I cannot give, which is what Hololive does look at when they look at things like that, buying, giving, stuff like that. When it comes to super chats and buying merch and things like that, unfortunately I don't have monies for that, so I don't purchase, unfortunately. So I am one of the people that doesn't matter when it comes to Hololive and companies overall, but I still try to give my support where I can. She is lost somewhere in the world, but she is coming back eventually as we move on to Filian. And in this case, Camila also talking about this. This is why we're talking about the whole situation. Filian is lost somewhere in the world, but she will be back, of course. She is an independent kimono mimi VTuber based in North America. She has had her issues with, I believe it was a copyright issue or a specific issue with, doing stuff with her model, the model that she had, which was done by an artist who doesn't allow commercialization of the model, as in you cannot have different commercial products of the model. And we're talking about Camila, who does talk about Filian possibly coming back. This, I believe, the name of this game is The Long Drive or something like that. I had played it before on stream for hours and hours. It is a fun game. It is a game where you are literally building a car. How different forms. You can build a car, build a truck, build whatever with engines and things like that to eventually get you somewhere. You just drive. I drove for over 40 hours in the game and I never got anywhere. I just found different places. But let's go.
Did Filian graduate? Guys, she did not graduate. Filian is not gonna leave just like that, guys. I literally know Filian's plans years from now. Like, she has told me everything she wants to do. She is not quitting VTubing now. We're like way too soon. That explains why.
And this is a very RNG game, by the way. It's a very RNG game.
No response. No, she did not die, guys. She's not answering.
People are worried. People do get worried about that.
But I feel like I feel like it's a bit. I feel like she's not responding to anyone to keep it ambiguous and keep people saying like, we're messaging her and she's not answering. We don't know where she is. She really is lost. I think she's just cooking, yeah. She's 100% working on big things, that's for sure. That's something that I can tell you. But that's not a surprise. Is she trying to find the One Piece? No, but her fans are. Isn't that how they're trying to get her back? They're trying to...
Yeah, they are trying to find the One Piece. And the One Piece, of course, being the ARG. They're absolutely trying to do the ARG thing.
Find like the missing riddle or whatever. I feel so bad. They're trying so hard. I really feel bad. They just miss her so much. It's crazy how she's went on for so long though, Dai. It really is fucking crazy though. Like
I do love how she's being serious and then all of a sudden die.
YouTubers go on breaks, but that's just like, I mean, like, I tip my hat to her. And she always used to tell me, like, no, Camila, like, I can't take today off. I can't do this off. I can't go off. Like, I have to stream. I always have to stream. Like, she never ever gave her time to relax. She would always stress about working nonstop. So I'm very happy to know that she's taking her time. What if she realizes she likes relaxing more than coming back? I can tell you from my perspective as a content creator, there's no chance. There's no chance.
And that's the thing, of course, for her, there's no chance that she's just going to want to be able to just leave everything behind because of how dedicated she is to the snackers and how dedicated she is to what she does, to her craft. She really, truly enjoys, at least from what I've seen, she really, truly enjoys streaming. She really, truly enjoys, being there with her community, having that community behind her, which is why she created the ARG to begin with. I imagine Filian deciding to return once her fans saw the riddle, but snackers ended up being too dumb, and now she is stuck. I can kind of see that. I mean, I'm dumb. I'm not talking about the snackers themselves. I'm dumb. There's no way in hell it would take, even giving me a year and giving me a ton of clues that my community knows this. There's no way in hell I would resolve it. Even if you told me you just left the one last letter of a big cipher ready there, and that's all I needed to solve, it will take me 2 years to do it. So I'm glad I'm not the one responsible for solving the ARG, because that wouldn't work with me. Honestly, I wasn't a snacker before the hiatus, but her commitment to this bit is really impressive, and I think I'm a fan now. That's, I think, what's happening to a lot of people. She's really committed to this. Camila here only cheerleading for people to get on with the ARG. At this rate, Filian's break might almost get as long as Vito's one did. Filian is like a month away from beating Vito's record of leaving. Kind of missed the Filian collabs and Vito Neuro. I hope after the re-debut, she's going to do stuff with them again. Of course she will. She's, of course, going to be doing stuff with them again. Guys, you have to let it go. I know it's been hard since the accident, but she's in a better place now. People doing the memes. Damn, she's Aizen. Filian, of all people, plans years ahead. I wish I was raised to do this. I wish I was smart enough to do that. There's a lot of personal stuff going on, too. Illy passed away. Her and Drumsy were close to the start of the career. She's been associated with Miskiff. Who knows if Mythic Talent Implosion is somehow related to her separation. I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's that deep. But yes, it may have been a good time for her to not be there when, some friends maybe have had situations and things like that. So that she can properly mourn any loss of friends or anything like that. It's April 1st. Filian comeback stream. Oh, that was done on April 1st, by the way. Says Filian comeback before Half-Life 3. We'll see. But I think she is going to come back soon. Come back eventually, of course. She is having her new form being made. That takes a while, especially when it comes to 3D stuff, which is what she tends to do because she tends to have trackers and things like that, and not the live 2D stuff. It takes a while. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of preparation. She has big things planned, and I do think that it's going to be amazing when she comes back. He seems done with it as we're talking about Astel Leda, a male Japanese VTuber with Holostars JP. And it could also just be, could very well just be him being Astel. Astel being Astel. So we will let you guys decide, but let's take a look at what it is. Like action, writing a letter. Astel, dear sir, madam. And it is right here. It's about 15 minutes long from what it says here. Well, at the 15-minute mark, I guess, is where he's writing everything. He writes it around here, starts writing everything, goes through the full writing of everything here, and this is what it says. And this is, something that, like I said, it may just be a joke. It's it may be best not to read too deep into it, but it's interesting that what he writes. Dear Cover and YAGOO, the other day a sudden downpour of rain caused the cherry blossoms to fall. How have you been? Today I wanted to write you a letter thanking you for the care of me all this time, for taking care of me all this time. First off, thank you for allowing me to debut under Holostars. It's been roughly 6.5 years. It's been a really fun time. YAGOO, the last time I talked to you was 4.5 years ago. That smile from time to time, from that time, is one I haven't forgotten. From here, the company has gotten really big and has experienced quite a few hardships. Despite that, with the combination of management and power, you've been able to come this far. Congratulations. My 3D debut is a moment that I still remember to this day. I made a lot of unreasonable requests, sorry about that. However, people still praise that stream to this day as expected of Cover. After that, there wasn't anything for a while. I watched as the diehard fans felt lonely. However, these 2 years or so have had splendid events like Christmas and White Day. Those were nice. We lost our New Year's countdown because yes, they were going to have a New Year's countdown just like they do for the female side, the Hololive side, but they lost it. It was canceled. Cover canceled it. Even if it wasn't high quality, I wanted to sync for everyone, with everyone. That said, there are definitely things that still need to show. You still need to show to cover. I know that. If a time ever comes and you can think maybe Holostar should get full support again, let's do a pop-up pirate YAGOO 3D stream. Right now, it's our turn to accept things. Next, it'll be your turn, right? We'll be waiting. Lastly, YAGOO, if this perhaps is the case, that announcement was one where you were threatened by someone big into doing, please send a smiling emoji in a post in X during the month of April. That would certainly become some kind of strength. I love Holostars and cover. Basically an indie, Astel. So, this was meant in tongue-in-cheek, of course. But with that tongue-in-cheek, there is a little bit of reality sinking in there. There is a little bit of frustration sinking in there. There is them making a comment on the whole situation that is going on there. And, you know, putting a little bit of their emotion into everything that has happened. And that is absolutely something that can be understood. Like, I can understand absolutely why he would say these things, why he would do these things, why he would put these things out there. Of course, like I said, it's primarily meant as a tongue-in-cheek type of thing, but there's also like some frustration that you can kind of hear there in Astel being Astel, and you know there's some plausible deniability, I guess, when it comes to the way that he wrote it. But you can, maybe it's me reading too much into it, but you can kind of tell how frustrated he seems. And everyone on the JP side, I would be frustrated if that happened, if I poured my heart into what's happening there. And that is the response that I got. While I understand 100% from the side of a business what needs to be done, still, it is a shame that it had to be done. And I do hope that they are able to find a way to resolve everything. We have some huge news in regards to Zentreya, keyword huge here. She is a female English language VTuber, the Cyber Dragon, the Dragon overall, and she has used a TTS, or a text-to-speech, for pretty much everything that she's done when it comes to her voice and when it comes to things that she is doing. So for that, we have for you today a bit of update on what she has been doing lately. Let's take a good look here as we move forward with Zentreya on her Twitter. Did say Kaiju Dragon VTuber Zentreya is here. That's what I meant by huge. All of a sudden, I really want to try seriously playing Bard and D&D for definitely no particular reason. Yep, completely normal. Bard sounds really fun right now. Bard is the one where you could do Smexy time with all these different things because you can convince the Smexy time to occur, that type of thing there, for no reason. And this is her. This is Zentreya. The huge news I had for you. That's what she decided to show everybody.
Hey. Hi. Very fascinating, right?
You know that our 34 people are going to be doing stuff with this. You know.
The best April Fool's Day ever. I'm so glad I was able to renew my Twitch subscription for another 6 months. Happy April Fool's Day, Zen and Geckos.
So shout out to them.
Everything just got a lot bigger. So she did this. This was, of course, I'm late on this one, but this was for April Fool's. It was, you know, done during that time, but still, it is something that she eventually, I think she will actually use, because it was very, very popular. And like I said, there are going to be some R34 artists that are going to be working overtime just because, you know, how R34 artists are. Recently, I don't
even think I can fart right now. Let me try.
Oh God. Well, this is where we started. Yes, do not trust a fart.
Push. Oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hello?
Never trust a fart. Kumi learned the hard way. Look, if you get lesson to you guys, lesson from someone who has almost had accidents like that. Never actually had an accident like that, but almost have. When you are have to force it out and it doesn't naturally just come out, that means that there is some, let's just say, oomph behind it, and there is material behind that or around that, and it will expel itself if you're not careful. So never trust a fart that takes too hard of a push to push out, because you might just shart yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Salvi's lesson for the day, as I'm in a box getting cream pied. There we go. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.